Le fod yn eich operang sy'n tolycha ag bar yn SWPL ag al. A co-manager Emma Hunter yn miawrachog ed cymryd a hosig yn immers eichge an yn bawl cosio. Agus yn dochus gyfelig y Matt J. Freacher dan the cleichadrin a hai i'n nisht a coach.
I guess it goes way back when I was probably in primary school, so even as young as 5 or 6 I remember, I think my dad must have been quite into football, and I was a bit of a tomboy right from the start, so I think just started playing outside in the local park and street with the neighbours and played football a lot then. Didn't just really playing in the school playground, you know, when you put your jackets down and you have a little kick about with your mates and things, and yeah, I didn't think anything of it. Then later, when I was in about P6, 7, the local primary school were having trials for their team to play for the primary school team. So I'd gone along to the trials and was successful. I think the 2 dads that were taking the team at the time didn't really think anything of it, selected me, and it wasn't until they got a phone call saying I actually wasn't allowed to play because I was a female. That was really tough to take at that time when I was that young. But all I wanted to do was play, so I kept training with them. I would turn up and watch the games. And yeah, unfortunately, I'd end up pouring the orange juice at half time for the boys that were playing, which looking back at now is actually really sad to think that was actually something that was let happen. But I mean, it's moved on so much from then, right?
As Jerry and Brishuk do like I easily, na gyti bau kosher a gleich called the Gielen, but you took doit the Emma, delicate, this is it.
If I'm being honest, the way that I tried to get around it was I actually tried to be a boy. So in a strange way, I look back and I had like a really short haircut, I dressed like a boy, a real tomboy, and I probably just wanted to be a boy, and that's probably how I dealt with it, is that I tried to sort of mask myself to be a boy so that I wasn't different. And I remember once I was playing in the local sports centre. It was like a day camp, and the boys thought I was actually a boy, and they were asking my name. They were saying, "Oh, what's your name?" And I was thinking, I can't say my real name here because they think I'm a boy. So I remember, I think I made up a boy's name. I can't even remember what name it was, but they started calling me that, the boy's name, and that was just my way of maybe fitting in. And looking back now, I can totally understand why I did that. I didn't actually want to be a boy. It was maybe an opportunity for me to be part of that football environment. So yeah, I basically tried to become a boy to fit in.
Le mis mór den spars, ach as unis sliad de chlawnie en genushen. Len Emma idden immers bau kosher le vi kleich kolle die buddenich na shinje. Ruttigen lees a willi laan hinge a ring buddenich hele.
It was really difficult, and it was my life. And look, I'm not the only female that's been in this experience. There's so many before me as well, and at the same time as me growing up. And we were all in a similar situation, so football was my life, so I had to play football. So I found a local women's team, which was called East End at the time. So it was East End. I was 12 years old and I was playing with grown women on the football pitch at that time. And thankfully, because I was so into my football, I was actually okay on the ball, and I could play around with them, but physically I was probably way off the mark. But that's how I did it. I just got involved in a women's team when I was 12 years old and sort of grew from there. I continued playing for East End, and they actually became Cove Rangers women at the time. They were a really successful Scottish team. I played for them for a long time, was playing alongside some great players, and at under 16 level I'd got selected to play for the national team at 16, and then obviously managed to keep going and played under 20 level as well. So I think looking back, I was actually quite a good young talent at the time. So it was my life. I wanted to be a football player, that's all I could think of, and probably to the detriment to my schoolwork and the things that I did at nights. All I did was go out and play football, and that's all I wanted to do.
Biel glasje is laan hinge. Hanik Emma gekugunug ag ish og, alpa akal, gustriach is bij aan de bal kosher a lenting, haul hadish.
I was probably one of the fortunate few that sort of threw myself out there, and I ended up going over to the USA to try and pursue a career. It was probably the only option at the time for me to try and find a way into football and to play more regularly. So I'd actually gone over to coach during the summertime with the view of trying to make some contacts. At the time I was 17 years old. I can't even believe my mum let me go on that flight on my own to the USA when I was 17. But I did it because that's all I wanted. It was the biggest dream I had, and I just wanted to do something. So I ended up going to Alabama, the deep south, which at the time I thought it was going to be really hot, nice weather, great, but it was actually a nightmare because it was too hot. So yeah, I moved to the USA to try and do that, and I got a scholarship to go to college and play football at the same time. Previously, before at 16, I'd picked up a really bad injury, my ACL. I'd managed to get fit, and then I went to the US. So yeah, I tried to find a career out there if I could. The US probably wasn't the best move for me in terms of football career. I think the season was short. There was a real emphasis on fitness, and technically it wasn't as good back then, and it was in the 90s really, so didn't technically get any better as a footballer. I ended up going to Sweden for a wee spell, came back to Scotland, and I guess because I'd spent so much time in football, it was the only thing I knew and what I was really good at in sport. So then I started to find some jobs in the sports industry and made a bit of a career in sports development work. And then kept playing football on the side, so had to find a balance of work and play.
Yn Jay Grishak, Huxley Emma I ystod de Chotjig, roedd a hannig amach as a vian a weiche gus paarse humal on some spores.
I think as you get older, you sort of realise that I wasn't the best player, and I was struggling, I wasn't getting a game. Because I had coached in America already, it's just something that naturally fell into me. I'm just so passionate about women's football as well. I seen that there was an opportunity to find a way into coaching, so I started working with local grassroots teams and coaching there, getting my badges and just really getting involved in the game, even when my career had finished when I was playing, so just to keep involved in it. And if I'm being honest, the more and more I think about it, the more and more I'm involved in the women's game, I think the more and more you get an appetite to change things and make it that little bit better.